Hi, welcome to this video on how to determine x-intercepts and y-intercepts from a graph. So we see here a graph of a linear equation, this straight blue line. And we need to determine what is the x-intercept and the y-intercept. First thing we need to know is what are x and y-intercepts anyway? An x-intercept is the place where a graph, a function, crosses or intersects the x-axis. So I can see my blue line is my graph. Where does the blue line cross the x-axis? And we can see it's crossing it right here. Okay, right there is the point where this blue line is touching the x-axis. Now, every x-intercept has something in common. And that one thing that it has in common is its y-coordinate, right? Every x-intercept is a point. That means it's a coordinate. It has an x value and a y value, okay? The y value is always 0. For an x-intercept, the y value is always 0. So the only thing you need to do is basically read the point right off the graph. What number corresponds to this point right here? That's going to be negative 1.2. So the x-intercept is negative 1.20. That entire coordinate is the x-intercept. You do need to write that as an ordered pair. The y-intercept is the complete opposite. It is the place where the graph, the line, crosses the y-axis. So find the y-axis and then determine where is it crossing. We should be able to see that right there, okay? Once again, a y-intercept is a point. It's a point on the graph. It's a coordinate, so it has an x and a y as well. Every y-intercept has something in common, and that is that its x-coordinate is 0. The x-coordinate is 0 for every y-intercept. So we're going to go through the same thing and read the y-intercept directly off the graph. Here we have negative 0.6. Here is negative 0.8. So this point is negative 0.7. So that is the y-intercept for this graph. Let's see another example. Example 2. We have a new graph with a new blue line, and we want to determine the x-intercept and the y-intercept of this blue line, which is our new graph. Remember, your x-intercept is the point where the line is intersecting or crossing the x-axis. And it's worth committing to memory that every time you have the x-intercept, the y is 0. Just memorize that, and then there's no need to try to calculate that. As far as the x-coordinate goes, you just need to read it. This point, we can clearly see, is negative 8. So the x-intercept is negative 8, 0. You do need to write the entire ordered pair to have your solution. Moving on to the y-intercept. Again, this is the place where this blue line is crossing the y-axis. You can see that here. I would memorize that the y-intercept always has an x value of 0 every time. Just remember that. And then you just read off this point. That would be -6. So our y-intercept for this line is 0, -6. Finding the x-intercept is the place where it crosses the x-axis. See it here. Memorize that the y is 0 and just read it off. It's right there. The x value is -40. That's our x-intercept. The only real thing to be careful of is to make sure you write your zeros in the correct spot when you are determining these intercepts. For example, when I'm determining the y-intercept, it's very, very important that I remember to put 0 in the x slot, okay? And that would be the first number. Okay, they always go x, y, so just remember, keep that straight. Other than that, it's very straightforward. Y-intercept, x is 0. Read this off. Make sure you pay attention to the scale. We can see every other one is 10. That means every line is 5. So 5, 10, 15. 0, 15 would be our y-intercept for example 3. This is our last example. We're calculating or determining the x-intercept yet again. So we're looking for the place where our graph, which is the blue line, where it crosses the x-axis. You can see that here. We know from memory now that the y-coordinate of our ordered pair is going to be 0 every time we do x-intercept. And now we're just going to read off this graph. We're going to pay attention to scale. Is 0.2 every other line. So that would be 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, or 0.3 is our x-coordinate. And that gives us our x-intercept. Excuse the ugly 0 there. Let's see. 0.30. That's better. Moving on to the y-intercept. Just a reminder, y-intercept is the place where the graph, which is the blue line, is crossing the y-axis. We see it here. We know that the x-coordinate of the y-intercept is always 0. Put that in. And we read off. This time it is counting by 0.2 every other line. It's right there. So we get 0.4. And there we have the y-intercept. I really hope this was helpful for you. Determining the x and y-intercept from a graph. Stay tuned for more videos.